In just 7 days, the Sologenic snapshot is going to happen. So I have a few more details that I'm going to tell you about in this video that you need to make sure you have ready if you are holding Sologenic and XRP. And in some other cryptocurrency news, it looks like the Bitcoin final leg of this bull run, well, is it actually going to happen? In this video, I'm going to talk about what some of the experts, some of the chart analysis people are saying that if this bull run is in fact going to happen and Bitcoin is going to hit this parabolic run, what it actually would need to hit in terms of a lower price for that rebound to actually happen. Because a lot of people have been looking for this rebound. I'm going to tell you what some of the speculators are now saying, including those who think we're in a bear market. I'm also going to tell you which two tokens have been holding up my portfolio pretty strongly, even though this wave of Bitcoin red in the alt markets has been hitting everybody today. And I've mentioned both of these tokens on this channel several times, but I figured now would be another good time to have you take a look. Also, Avalanche, which is dubbed an Ethereum competitor, which it seems like there's no shortage of right now, has also been climbing steadily. Its price action has moved up big time, well, really since the summer. Well, they just announced what they're going to be doing with a new stable coin, and I'm going to tell you about it in this video. Hey everyone, my name is Randy, and welcome back to the Late Night Grind, and right now on this channel, we're covering the Ripple versus the SEC case, but also other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all those topics interest you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the Late Night Grind community, and also don't forget to hit that bell notification icon. That way YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. And if you're feeling generous today, I'd really appreciate it if you do two things. Smash that thumbs up button and watch this video all the way to the end. Those really are the two best things you can do to support a YouTube channel. So if you do that, I greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So I'm going to start out by talking about what Avalanche is doing. Now, Avalanche is an ecosystem that has been dubbed an Ethereum competitor. Now, there's already a bunch of those out there. Solana comes to mind. Cardano's been there for quite some time now. Well, Avalanche is somewhat new, and it's been climbing in price big time. Well, earlier, it just announced a new partnership with a new stablecoin that they're going to be introducing into the Avalanche ecosystem. That being USDC. Well, what is USDC? Well, USDC is a stablecoin, much like Tether, if you've heard of Tether, that is run by the company Circle, which is run by Coinbase. So Coinbase is actually the one behind it, but they are going to be offering support for USDC into the Avalanche ecosystem, which means traders are going to be able to trade in and out of trades a lot easier, similar to what they do with Tether, but now they're going to be doing it with USDC. Now, a lot of people are actually cheering on USDC along with some other stablecoins that are hitting the market simply because of the uncertainties and some of the regulatory issues that Tether's been facing, and the fact that, well, they may or may not have actually the assets that are backing the Tether token like they say. So nonetheless, Avalanche has been moving big. In fact, in August, it was actually trading for $13. As of today, it's trading for $110. It's already made close to a 10x move, but a lot of people think that there is a lot more run. But a lot of people think that this could just be the start of the run for Avalanche. Let me know in the comment section below if you've looked into Avalanche or if you hold it. And those two tokens that I mentioned at the beginning of the video that have been doing really well for me, especially when the market turns red, when Bitcoin turns red. One is a relatively new token, and that is Sologenic. Well, it's not exactly new, but since they announced their airdrop and finalized some of their big projects they were working on, it's somewhat new. It has been holding strong. No matter what Bitcoin and the rest of the market is doing, Solo has been holding really strong. In fact, climbing most of the time. So when Bitcoin was down big and the rest of the altcoins were down big earlier this morning, Sologenic was up anywhere from 5 to 8%. Right along with that was HNT, which is helium. Now, I've mentioned it maybe 2 or 3 times on this channel over the course of the summer and into the fall. But helium is one of those that it intrigued me a lot, because what they're attempting to do is basically a decentralized wireless network. So what people are doing is they're buying these little HNT mining machines that they can mine helium, earn rewards in order for building out this network. Well, HNT has a similar halving to what Bitcoin does, which means there is a scarcity factor coming into play. After I looked at that and the amount of miners that were coming into the space, I decided that's something I wanted to jump on, and it's been doing pretty well. Obviously, it has its major ups and downs, but overall, it's been holding strong. And it's one of those that as the halvings continue to happen and the network continues to be built out, I see the value in this as going up. And speaking of continuing to rise, Bitcoin is or is not going to actually continue this bull run? Well, there's some speculators that are saying, listen, the rest of this bull run is going to happen. It's in the on-chain analytics. There's a lot of things pointing that direction other than the price. Well, there's a lot of people, including those that say we're in a bear market, that say, well, Bitcoin still has to retrace a little bit. It's not just going to fall from here. It's got to go up to $55,000, even $60,000 before it retraces. Well, looking at some of the on-chain analysis of this, some people have said, well, this rebound needs to happen at 55,000. And then others said, well, it has to happen at 51,000. I've watched some other technical analyzers come out and say, well, no, they're looking at the wrong thing. It'll actually need to hit and hold 46,000. And if it breaks that, we're in trouble. Well, it actually broke that earlier this morning. But yet I saw yet another analyzer come on and chart everything and say, listen, this needs to hit 44,000 before the rebound can actually occur. And while they all have a lot of strong points to it, they all point to the same type of thing. There's a weakening in the bear hands right now, and there's a strengthening, especially in the on-chain analysis, that the price movement is going to go up. Now, specifically looking at on-chain, there's one signal that I just read this morning. It looks very interesting. It's the whale movement. So what are whales actually thinking Bitcoin is doing? Well, without making this video far too long, basically, you can see these whale accumulation times when the price is low or going lower. And when the price starts to rise, that's when you'll see whales, in other words, people holding large amounts of Bitcoin, actually get ready to sell or start to sell. We're nowhere near that right now. One piece of evidence is the wallets that hold a ton of Bitcoin. The wallets that hold anywhere from 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin have increased by 193 wallets over the past 10 weeks. That's a very bullish sign. When people say, look where the big money is going, look what the big money is doing. Well, the big money is accumulating Bitcoin right now. They are not selling Bitcoin. All right, so now let's get to the $1 billion airdrop. That is the Sologenic, the Solo token that's being airdropped to Solo holders and XRP holders to run on the XRP ledger. So upcoming is December 24th. At 8 p.m. UTC, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I am. That is when the actual snapshot will be taking place. The snapshot that determines who gets the tokens and essentially how many they will get. So you want to make sure that if you are holding your XRP on exchanges or your Solo on exchanges, that they are exchanges that are actually taking place in this airdrop. If they have not responded about that, you might want to look into actually putting your XRP or your Solo token into a wallet and creating a trust line, or moving it over to the Solo DEX, the Solo Decentralized Exchange, or using the Solo wallet. If you do that, the trust lines are already set up by default. You don't have to do anything other than move your tokens there. Now, some of the price analysis and kind of low-level price speculation is that Sologenic could see upwards of $10 or more by the time snapshot rolls around, as people essentially FOMO in, try to get their hands on some last-minute Solo tokens, so they can at least get as much as they can, and same with XRP, before that snapshot actually happens. This is going to be one of the biggest airdrops of the year, if not in all of crypto. And it's something that I'm really excited to cover. So if you want to make sure that you want to know what's going on, all these different time frames, and some price analysis before the snapshot, after the snapshot, before the airdrop, after the airdrop, what's going to happen, I'm absolutely going to be keeping my eye on things, because price action will be volatile. It will go sky high. It will drop by 30, 40, even maybe 50%. After that, it's going to depend on some of the things that are actually coming out. Number one being the news about Sologenic. So if you want to keep an eye on that, make sure you're subscribed to Late Night Grind. Also follow me on Twitter. I'll have a link in the description down below. You can follow me there. I post a lot of different information on what Solo and Sologenic token is doing, as well as XRP, the price movements, and the speculation up. So once again, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the very end, for giving it a big thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.